Hello everyone, Congressman Tom Graves from Georgia's 9th Congressional District, and as we like to do on a regular basis is just sort of go through the mailbag, check the mail, emails and others, and respond to you about some of the questions we get. And today I have a couple of questions from folks that came through email, and I wanted to read them to you and give responses. The first is from Jeff in Ball Ground, and Jeff writes, I just read where the airline industry will be mandated by the Department of Transportation to include all federal taxes in the price of a ticket without any transparency. I believe less information is wrong and it places the taxpayer on a slippery slope. Well, Jeff, you're absolutely right, and that's why I have put together legislation that would prohibit this and return it back to the way it used to be in full transparency, where the American people can see what taxes and what fees the federal government is charging consumers. But what they want to do is embed it into the full price so that no one sees it and that there is no transparency. So as we move forward introducing this legislation, we'll keep you posted, but you're absolutely right. The federal government needs to be transparent, it needs to be accountable, and the American people need to be able to see what's within the price of the goods. Now the second comes from Candace. And Candace is from Chatsworth, and she writes, Tom, please don't support the President's compulsory attendance mandate. The federal government has no business getting involved. Well, Candace, as you know, the President in his State of the Union speech, he addressed that. He said that all students would be mandated in all schools across all states in our nation to be in school up until 18. And just like you, I believe this is a state's issue. This is states' rights 101. I believe education is something that needs to be in the states. It needs to be handled by the states and the local elected officials and the parents within the communities. It's not something where the federal government needs to be engaged in. So I stand with you on this and believe let's keep it where it belongs, back in the states, and allow the states to determine what's best for them and their children. And then lastly, we're going to hear from Patricia, who is incoming. Now Patricia, she writes about the President's State of the Union speech as well. And her concern is over the President's request for Congress to grant him the authority to consolidate the federal bureaucracy. So she's asking those in Congress not to give the President this authority. Well, Patricia, I agree with you just as well, because you're right. The President in his speech, he said he wanted the authority to consolidate what he felt was necessary. Now, I applaud him on his decision to shrink the size of government, and he has an opportunity to present that. He can present that in his own budget, but it's up to Congress, those who are closest to the people, to affirm that and to make those decisions. So while we're all for less government and shrinking the size of government, let's go through the right process, and that's through the House of Representatives, through the Senate, and then the President can sign his name to it if he's in agreement. But we do not need to cede this authority over to the President, allow him to unilaterally determine what agencies need to exist or not. I want to thank everyone for all your input. As we, on each and every day, we get so much feedback through Facebook, through Twitter, in the mailbag itself, and through emails, and we just want to thank you for that and encourage you to keep doing that. Keep giving us your feedback, and we hope that if you have the opportunity to give us more comments, you'll do that. You'll take time to visit our Facebook page or Twitter page or sign up for our email newsletters. But again, we want to thank you for the opportunity to represent you in Congress for the 9th Congressional District. God bless.